The Secret of Starfall Lake. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by tall mountains, there was a magical lake called Starfall Lake. The villagers spoke of the lake in whispers, saying that on clear nights the stars themselves would come down from the sky to dance upon the water. It was said that the lake held a secret that only those brave enough could uncover. In this village lived a girl named Clara. Clara had always been curious about Starfall Lake. Every night she would climb onto the roof of her house to watch the lake shimmer in the distance. She would see the way the stars seemed to gather above it, their reflections twinkling on the surface. Clara dreamed of visiting the lake, but her parents always told her it was too dangerous, especially at night. One evening, Clara made up her mind. She had to find out the truth about the lake for herself. She packed a small bag with a blanket, a snack, and her lucky charm, a small silver pendant shaped like a star that her grandmother had given her. She tiptoed past her sleeping parents and slipped out the door, her heart pounding with excitement. The night air was crisp, and the moon hung high in the sky, lighting her way as she made her way towards Starfall Lake. As Clara approached, she could see the water glowing, almost as if it was inviting her to come closer. The surface of the lake was perfectly still, reflecting the starry sky above. Clara took a deep breath and stepped closer to the shore. Suddenly, she heard a gentle voice. "Who comes to visit Starfall Lake on such a quiet night?" Clara jumped, her eyes widening as she looked around. There, standing by the edge of the lake, was a creature she had never seen before. It was small, about the size of a rabbit, with fur that seemed to shimmer like the stars. Its eyes were large and bright, and it had tiny wings that fluttered as it spoke. "I'm Clara," she said, her voice barely a whisper. "I've always wanted to see the stars dance on the lake." The creature smiled, its wings fluttering. "I am Astra, guardian of Starfall Lake. You were brave to come here alone. Would you like to see the secret of the lake?" Clara's heart skipped a beat. "Yes, please," she said eagerly. Astra nodded and motioned for Clara to follow. The tiny creature led her to a small boat made of silver leaves that floated by the shore. Clara climbed in, and Astra perched on the edge, fluttering its wings. With a gentle push, the boat glided out onto the lake, the water glowing softly beneath them. As they reached the center of the lake, Astra looked up at the sky and let out a soft, musical hum. Clara watched in awe as the stars above began to shimmer more brightly. One by one, they seemed to break away from the sky, floating down towards the lake. Clara gasped as the stars touched the water, sending ripples of light across the surface. They danced and twirled, their glow illuminating the night. "This is the magic of Starfall Lake," Astra said softly. "The stars come down to share their light, to remind us that even in the darkest of nights, there is always beauty to be found." Clara watched, her eyes wide with wonder. She had never seen anything so beautiful. The stars seemed to move with a gentle rhythm, their light reflecting in her eyes. She felt a warmth in her heart, a sense of peace that she had never felt before. "But there is more to the lake than just the dancing stars," Astra continued. "There is a secret, a wish that can only be made by someone with a pure heart. Would you like to make a wish, Clara?" Clara nodded, her eyes shining. "I would." Astra fluttered closer, its eyes meeting Clara's. "Close your eyes and hold your pendant tight. Think of your wish and let your heart speak." Clara closed her eyes, her fingers wrapping around the silver star pendant. She thought of her family, of her parents who always worried about her, and of her grandmother who had told her stories of magic and wonder. "I wish for everyone to feel the peace and magic of this place," she whispered. "I wish for everyone to know that there is always light, even in the darkest times." Astra smiled, and the stars above seemed to glow even more brightly. The lake shimmered, and Clara felt a warmth spread through her, as if the stars themselves were wrapping her in their light. The water around the boat glowed, and for a moment Clara felt as if she were floating among the stars. "Your wish is beautiful, Clara," Astra said, "and because your heart is pure, the lake will grant it." Slowly, the stars began to rise from the water, drifting back up into the sky. The lake grew still once more, and the boat gently floated back to the shore. Clara stepped out, her heart full of wonder and gratitude. "Thank you, Astra," she said, her voice filled with emotion. Astra nodded, its wings fluttering. "Thank you, Clara, for believing in the magic of Starfall Lake. Remember, the light is always there, even when you cannot see it." With that, Astra turned and fluttered back towards the lake, disappearing into the night. Clara watched until the tiny creature was out of sight, then turned and made her way back home, her heart light and her spirit filled with peace. The next morning, Clara awoke to find her pendant glowing softly, a reminder of the magic she had witnessed. She knew that Starfall Lake was real, and that its magic was something that could be felt by anyone who believed. And as she told her family about her adventure, she saw the wonder in their eyes, and she knew that her wish had come true. From that day on, the villagers spoke of Starfall Lake not in whispers, but in songs and stories, sharing its magic with everyone. And on clear nights, when the stars gathered above the lake, Clara would watch from her roof, knowing that the light of the stars was always there, ready to dance upon the water for those who believed.